Morning, Bill here with the Metals Minute. Today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. Well, we've been given an early Christmas present, or possibly, by Congress is preparing to drop a $1.65 trillion spending bill that is over 4,400 pages long, or maybe it's 4,100, but either way, it's a lot of pages that no one in Congress has read all of. They've read pieces of, perhaps, but no one's read it all. They're trying to rush this through before Christmas. And what it does is increase spending domestically to a record level, as well as record defense spending, even going beyond what was asked for by the Defense Department. And so it's a spending boondoggle, but why I say it's a gift for us, not the bill itself, but it's almost an implied message to all of us to buy gold and silver. And the reason I say that is they address all types of retirement issues, but they don't touch Social Security. They don't try to fix or repair Social Security. What they do is say, we're going to increase the amount you can contribute for your own retirement. And that's somehow going to fix everything. What they're not dealing with, though, is the issue that these huge budgets and all this money creation creates is inflation. And we're dealing with that now. In fact, Charles Schwab did a survey of 1,000 401k participants about their top concerns about retirement. And the top two concerns, number one was inflation, and number two was the cost of ongoing living expenses. So it's not the fact that people don't have the law set where they can contribute more to their retirement fund. The issue people are having is having enough money to contribute to their retirement fund, because the cost of living has gone up substantially. You know, we're talking over $6 for a dozen eggs and over $6 for a gallon of milk in many places. And we're not talking about exclusive high-end grocery stores. This is just commonplace in middle America these days. And so that particular issue, what that says, if inflation is the largest concern for retirees, and this spending program by Congress doesn't address inflation, it only seems to make it worse with more cash floating around out there, and they're not repairing Social Security to strengthen it. That means that what they're saying is we're going to be on our own. We're going to be on our own to fund our own retirement. And one of the best ways to do that, if inflation is a concern, is to put some money in gold and silver. Now, how does that help retirement? Even aside from the fact that you can put that in your retirement plan, just owning gold and silver, period. Let's say you own it and 20 years later you're trying to fund your retirement, and you have these increased amounts that you can contribute as you get older. They've increased those amounts. You still have to have the money to be able to put it there for your retirement. Well, with the inflation protection of gold and silver, that's an asset that can be sold in the future to help fund retirement. Whether or not you put it in a retirement plan is immaterial. The fact is just that you own it. So that's why I call it the $1.65 trillion Omnibus buy gold bill. So I think they're just trying to tell us we're going to be on our own. And so I feel for our own financial security, that's one of the best things we can do. This is Christmas week. We wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever the case may be. We appreciate you tuning in, and we have the metals, gold and silver are up this week. We have palladium and platinum down. Palladium down by 11%. One of the main reasons there is of the four metals, platinum and palladium are more industrial than gold and silver. Palladium is the most industrial linked metal. So it's not as much of an investment metal, it's much more industrial. And with rising interest rates, both the U.S. Federal Reserve announced they raised rates 0.5%, and they plan to continue. The European Central Bank also raised rates by 0.5%, and even Japan is trying to raise rates. So in this environment, that is slowing growth prospects around the world, and that's going to impact the auto industry, and that's one of the main purposes for palladium is in the auto industry. So they're seeing a lower demand possibly for palladium, and that's why we've seen the price of that crater in the last couple of weeks. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. We wish you and yours a safe and happy Merry Christmas and holiday season, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.